Is that thing on? It's this is we called it Insomniac Live.
We're live.
So who's Beavis and who's Butthead?
I'm Beavis.
I'm Butthead.
And
Nice.
we're playing your game you made, Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet? Ratchet.
That's right. Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time.
You said crap.
Oh jeez. Oh boy. So we're doing this the whole podcast here.
Welcome back, Chief. Maybe. It says Rift.
Nice. Okay. So apparently it's like this Beavis and Butthead anniversary or something.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Right. Was it 25 years? 25 years.
Okay, we're done. We're done.
But more importantly, about 17 years ago was when we made the big shift from to developing Ratchet and Clank. When we first had that original idea, alien who travels from planet to planet collecting weapons and gadgets. And before that, we were working on Girl with a Stick. Come on, I'm expecting.
You just say
You're missing the
girl
timing.
with a stick.
There we go. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right.
That's pretty hot.
So this is, but it's not exactly 17 years. I know it's roughly in March or April when we made the big move. And technically, Ratchet and Clank's 15 years old now.
Does everyone in the chat even know what Girl with a Stick, or not Girl with a Stick, Beavis and Butthead is? Like,
Yeah.
is it just
How many
enough of
people
something? Did you guys ever watched it?
Yeah. Does anyone know what this is?
I don't even know. Hi Fergie. Hi
Yeah.
Northern Star
Is anyone here
Dragon.
born
Hi Ratchet Extreme.
25 years ago?
Noting it's been 8.5 years since this game came out, which is
Right.
kind of crazy to
True.
think about. Also, Spiral of Death. Yeah.
Spiral of Death was designed by a fan. I forget his name, but we had a
We
contest.
did actually have the whole. We went over his name last time, and I
Oh, that's
forgot
right.
it too. Well, you weren't here last time.
Yeah.
We did go over it, and I have no idea what his name is. I
Really
totally
cool
forgot
kind of
it.
boomerang type weapon.
Yeah. People, they're like, yes, we know, we're children. Yeah, you are. That's right. You don't know it's great. But if you watch Silicon Valley, you're kind of getting the same. Oh, yeah, what did we get? Buzzblades. These are the most OP thing in the whole game.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
shred everything.
Very satisfying.
Oh, yeah, delightfully satisfying. Yet, kind of unrefined. That's up
sorry,
to
I
you.
didn't mean
No,
this elbow
that's okay.
but
No, I was taking up the whole couch here.
I forgot to tweet that this is actually happening. You guys already did.
So Brian, you have you have something exciting coming up in terms of Ratchet and Clank, because GDC is. Someone told me GDC was next week, and I was like, "You go to hell! It's not next week. That's
That would probably
crazy."
freak me out. That could have been me actually.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh God,
Yeah.
thank God, it's not actually next week. GDC's not next week. I have much bigger fish to fry."
Right.
Oh man, see, we were playing Ratchet PS4 because it's not free on PS Plus. And I wanted to upgrade with Raritanium, and then I realized that I don't get to do that in this game, and it made me sad.
Hi, Belden Galaxy.
Hi, Belden Galaxy.
So anyway, but you have something exciting happening in GDC next week.
That's
or
right.
A week and a half.
In less than 2 weeks, me and TJ Fixman, who is the series writer for a long time, we're going to be giving a talk on 15 years of Ratchet and Clank, a Lombax story, and we're essentially going to just talk about why the series has endured. It's kind of amazing. Like, we're one of the few kind of mascot platformer games still surviving. I mean, of course, you have the mainstays like Mario, but there's other platformers and mascot games that kind of just faded away. So we were kind of reflecting on why has this series endured, and what are some tips that we could give other game developers who are developing series on what it's like to be on this long series for a long time, and how they can kind of stay in the running for longer than just the typical 8-year cycle.
Yep. That'll be fun. That'll be a good time. I look forward to hearing all about that. Maybe swinging by and checking it out. We'll see. I don't know if I even have a badge for the conferences itself, or just to go stand around the Insomniac booth and press the flesh. So
Right. Well,
that's shaking hands for anyone that doesn't.
yeah, there
press
we go.
flesh.
There we go. Yes.
Ratchet Extreme said, "Oh, wasn't the Pixelizer a fan weapon too?" Actually, we had the idea for the Pixelizer before the fan contest.
That's right. Yeah,
But a fan sent the idea, and we're like, "Yes, we've had that exact idea. We love it."
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Like, because there wasn't the fan contest. It was the gun, although it was different, because the gun itself was pixels, and it like shot a stream of pixels.
That's
so
cool.
it wasn't the exact same thing, and we had the idea of turning enemies 8-bit. Like that idea we had before, but we liked that idea. And we thought it was cool. I can't remember if we actually let people vote on that or we said it wasn't something that was doable at that time. I don't remember what the exact scenario was, but that was part of the reason it got picked, was because we're like, yeah, that's such a good idea because we've had that idea ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt the same way about Facebook.
Oh, you had
that's my idea.
Yeah.
Give me the check, Zuckerberg.
There you go.
Oh, so you're
the internet. I thought of that.
So you're a Winklevoss, is what you're saying.
Alright, so we're at Borsalon's ship here. This is pretty late into the game.
Oh, right? I gotta get some water or something and clean that gear off.
I mean, we
this is part 7 of our playthrough, so hopefully
we're getting there. Someone said, do you know anything about the Spyro the Dragon remaster rumor? No, we just know it's a rumor. That's obviously a cool rumor. It'd be sweet if it's true, but we don't have anything to do with Spyro the Dragon anymore these days. Beyond just, the fact that we made it originally. Oh, so now I need to switch to my Omni Soaker. I need to get some oil because the Tin Man is rusted over here. Well, the Tin Gear is rusted.
This one has like a little story about going to Subway and taking a driving test.
Oh yeah, I really am kind of curious. There's a Subway you never noticed. There's a couple big Bentleys parked outside. Biggest Subway I've ever seen. What the hell?
Wow. All right.
Foot long.
There we go. See, Beavis and Butthead I don't think would make it today.
No. Mike Judge is definitely upgraded with Silicon Valley and everything now.
Right.
Yeah. That's what's so great about Mike Judge is every era he was able to have this really
something that really tapped into the ethos, right?
Yeah, and it's scathing social commentary.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill was that intermediate one, right around the .com era. Right when the internet was first becoming a thing, but before cell phones were really that big. And then Silicon Valley is for the cell phone culture.
And then he did a couple movies, Office Space.
And Idiocracy.
Idiocracy, right. But that was it, right? I don't think he did anything.
No, he did make another movie too with that Teen Wolf guy, where he works in some factory and then there's he gets kind of blackmailed by this female employee.
Huh.
What's his name? He's also in.
Is it called Extract? Or
yeah.
Okay,
Extract. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't read.
Yamo 3400. Thanks for the follow. And someone said she from full. Oh, Extract. What about it? I don't know.
That was the name of the film.
Oh.
I wanted to just give him a shout out, or her.
Oh. Anastasia says she's gonna be really sad when we stop playing this game because we finished it.
But then we'll play it again, with only the
wrench.
Yeah, only the wrench or something. Yeah.
That'll take 18 episodes because it'll be so difficult.
Yes.
I actually like the wrench. It's a really good weapon.
Well, that's all my buzz blades. Let's go and throw some crown mines out.
Wow, this is a funny question. So someone asked, Xavier Savior said, in Up Your Arsenal, why did you decide to change the lava gun upgrade from meteors to liquid nitrogen? And that's a weapon that I used to think a lot about, because we changed the basic utility and functionality of the lava gun. It started shooting out projectiles instead of streams. It had a very different feel, a very different vibe. And I don't know where we got this feedback, because back then the internet was still pretty early, but I think there was a number of forums where people were just complaining that the gun kind of got lame and they loved the feel of the lava gun. So when we did, that was in Going Commando when we did all that, and then when we went to Up Your Arsenal, we decided to turn to liquid nitrogen, so you'd still have that stream effect feel, which felt so good, kind of paint enemies with it, but they would freeze instead.
Nice.
I like all the decision making that goes into it, and it's not just throw something at a wall and we'll see. It's very decided upon, and
well, initially it's throw stuff at a wall, but then it's okay, is this working, right? But yeah, I mean, it's certainly those are like some of those decisions kind of haunt you in later games. You like think back to, oh yeah, the meteor gun when we changed things so much, it was so different.
All right, can we make Vorsalon dance? Let's make him dance. Where are you, Vorsalon? I don't remember. Is there a way to make him pop out, or is he just spawn and that's why he's annoying? Dance, yeah. He's doing like the cha-cha, or I don't even know what that is. Like, or is it the tango? Is it like the one that click or you're like, you know?
Yeah. Is that that might be the tango. I'm not sure.
It's not the tango. I think it's like
yes,
that sort of dance. Corey,
maybe
can
you
show
should stand
us?
up and do it.
No, I want Corey to do it. Zircon the Destroyer.
Yeah.
In Adam's family, the wife does that dance.
I should know that. Like,
shells.
I'm like a Jeopardy
Right.
champion. No, I'm not a Jeopardy champion, but I felt pretty good after my online test last night.
It should be the cha-cha-cha. That makes
That
sense.
cha-cha-cha? That
Yeah.
makes sense, yeah. Like,
I'm just making stuff up. I have no idea.
oh, now his head flew away.
Oh
'cause-
man, speaking of dances, so I had to write my peer review thing, like my self-review report today. It's
Okay.
part of like working here, and one of the questions it asks is like, what are your next steps? And I didn't submit it, but I wrote it in, and I was like, that's too stupid. I'm not gonna do it.
Continue the awesomeness.
It said, my next step is gonna be putting my left foot in, and then my left foot out, and my left foot in, and shake it all about. That's the hokey pokey.
Right. That was the smart-ass answer.
Yeah, my valedictorian speech in high school, I did this whole elaborate speech that turned out just to be a hokey pokey illusion. Like, it was great.
If I ever opened up a pokey restaurant, I would call it the Hokey Pokey.
I would eat there.
Is your pokey hokey?
You got to play the song on the jukebox though.
Of
if you
course,
do that.
yeah.
Why is there nothing over here for me to get? Brian, can you go retroactively yell at someone?
Sure.
I
I'll
went
go
all the
back
way
in
around.
time.
I went all the way around the corner. There was no collectibles or bolts or crates or anything over there. I do like laser gate puzzles though.
Sheep from Poland wants to know if we would ever host a character or armor design contest similar to the weapon contest.
I'm not. I mean, sure,
Yeah.
potentially.
I mean-
There's nothing to say we wouldn't do it.
Right.
How's that? I'm not saying we will, but
Now, how do I lower the containment?
they're kind of legal nightmares, unfortunately.
Now, the cartoon G.I. Joe movie, was that inspiration for this prison that he's in? Because Serpentor is in a prison like that, but it's upside down, and he throws a pillow at it, and it bursts into laser fire.
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. I'm sure the thing that's funny with games is that we revisit this level like 2 times, I believe. Like actually just once here, and then there's like a boss round later with Vorsalon. And so we're probably trying to use the same space, and we're thinking like, how in the world can we put a prison cell in here with azimuth and
Yeah.
at a cool point? So probably necessity bred, whatever it's called, whatever that phrase is, invention. Yeah.
It looks pretty cool anyway. It's very nice. Futuristic looking prison thing.
Which one? Are you referencing G.I. Joe?
This was the 86 G.I.
80s.
Joe cartoon movie.
Right. Okay.
It has lots of
G.I. Joe.
really cool stuff in it.
I mean,
But I'm a big fan of like future prison stuff in movies and
camo
games and
crates.
stuff like that. It's always a cool concept to think like how you go back to Alcatraz, and then I guess someone maybe did actually escape Alcatraz and was able to swim to shore.
Right.
And that was just like things were locked down, or like Shawshank Redemption. But then with like future prisons with laser beams and stuff, like how could they possibly manage to escape that? You know.
Right. Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, I guess if like technology is kind of its own enemy, like there's other technical advances that actually create flaws in the prison system,
Oh,
like laser beams.
Yeah. Or just being able to hack the system to like open and close the doors versus using a real key.
Right.
You know.
what am I supposed to do? Did I miss something in here?
You probably have to pull one of those Versa plugs or whatever we called them,
I know. Right
Versa
here.
sockets.
I wonder if I have to go through here. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there you go.
So when something like this is designed where the borders, like the cliff you can fall off is blue, and then the lasers you're supposed to avoid are red. I mean, that's like a clear design choice, right? To make it clear for the player.
Yeah.
Then there's like a pattern so that you can just kind of know.
Yeah.
Make it intuitive.
I think when you think about colors in game design, there's like a shorthand that's common with most games, and
Mhm.
people tend to think, oh, blue's friendly fire, red's enemy fire,
Mhm.
red's danger. and that kind of ties into our instincts of blood and fire. So those are the things that we kind of stick to. It's funny when in games people try to make changes just to be different for the sake of it, and it oftentimes causes problems.
Because they don't even realize like the subconscious stuff going into it, or the stuff that's been learned through, patterns.
Yeah,
over
years
time,
of playing games
right?
or our natural instincts. Yeah.
Someone said, would you ever consider porting the future games to PS4? We would not do that internally, but it'd be awesome if Sony did.
Probably be a lot easier than porting the PS1 games or PS2 games.
I wonder if that's true, because the PS3
We should
architecture
port games to
is
the
so
PS1.
weird. Yeah. And now see what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to wait, because these are supposed to...
Ooh!
Aye.
Got it.
Hey.
Please. It was really just the first one I started going before I realized they moved it all. Once I knew that, I was fine. And then... Someone said something about the bouncer in the PS4 one, how it's pre-order only. Yeah, well. That's the way that cookie ended up crumbling in the end. It was only in the game due to pre-orders. We didn't really totally mean for it to be only pre-order forever, but that happened.
Alex Kid 93 asks if other PlayStation mascots could merge in the same universe as Ratchet. Essentially, they all meet in like the same game.
Like the game
in
is
the
called
Avengers.
PlayStation All Stars and
That's
PlayStation
right.
All Star Battle Royale.
On the Move.
Heroes on the Move.
Heroes on the Move.
Yeah, you can play. You can play those games, and you can let us know what you think.
You say that with so much enthusiasm,
Yeah.
James.
Just there's no Ratchet's universe is fine without. Let Sly live in his universe. Let Jack live in their universe. They don't need to all meet up. We don't need to have Captain Picard and Luke Skywalker hanging out together. There's no reason for it.
If you could cast one celebrity as the next Ratchet Clank villain's voice, who would you choose?
I think Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet. You see, Ratchet. I can't do a good one. I can't do a good one.
I wish I could do a good one.
TJ and Ryan can both
That's
do a
right,
better
they're-
one than
they're
I
total
can.
pros, yeah.
Like you could, but like a villain doing a monologue of Christopher Walken doing a villain monologue to Ratchet about why he was doing the shit he was doing would be hysterical.
Yeah.
Sometimes the voice recording, sometimes stuff like that does happen in voice recording where it's like stuff that isn't totally on brand or in character in the game, but is like voice actors doing stuff like joking in another voice that they can do. Because James Arnold Taylor is Obi-Wan Kenobi on the Clone Wars, and so he can do all sorts of funny stuff. And,
Yeah. Well, Nolan North actually does a Christopher Walken. I think he actually does ADR for Christopher Walken.
Oh, that's
for
awesome.
real. So at one time, TJ actually had him do a voice message for him for his phone, which is pretty hilarious. I think he probably kept that for many years, like a decade
My
or
favorite
something.
part of I think I remember that. And my favorite part about that is Christopher Walken doesn't do his own ADR. Yeah, nah, it's okay. My guy, get Nolan, get Nathan Drake in here to do it for me.
Of course, Nolan North, played Nathan Drake. Also played the voice of Sigmund in The Great Clock.
Who we may see in a bit. I don't know when the next time we go there is. Okay, I think I did everything.
I like these puzzles so much. Just like watching them get solved is very satisfying, and it feels like the culmination of past games where it's just in such a perfect flow now, and the design is so dialed in.
Yeah, it's definitely, we learned a lot. We came up with those VersaBolts, were like using the wrench to pull those bolts out. Wait, actually, I was thinking it was Quest for Booty, but it's probably earlier than that now. But there's a lot of mechanics that we're building on top of, and improvements we've made.
So the way that there was that gun to cool down the platforms, and that's just a special case for that one. I wonder if there's like Game Shark codes and stuff for people to like use that gun for the whole game. Like if people figured that stuff out, because
You'd have to hack it. Like Game Shark doesn't really.
Yeah, but
doesn't Game Shark let you do stuff like that though?
I wouldn't be
Game Shark
surprised.
Game Shark basically edited the memory of your home console. So that was how Game Shark actually worked.
Okay.
Back in the day. I don't really know if there really was much of a Game Shark from PS3 onward, because those consoles don't like having their memory hacked.
Okay.
That's not to say that people haven't hacked them at this point, but it wasn't nearly as commercially available as it was back when we were kids.
because that was all cartridge based, right?
Yeah, so it just kind of
intercepted.
it intercepted everything that was going through the cartridge, and then would change
Interesting,
hex values and actual values in memory to give you infinite lives or all that sort of stuff.
That
It
is
would-
insane.
Yeah, because I mean, how it was when I was like, of age to be playing this type of game and platformers and stuff, I would beat it, and then I'd beat it on hard, and I would 100% everything, and then I would be obsessed with trying to do it in some really weird way, and like I love having like Game Genie mods or whatever that would let me play it some goofy way that's not supposed to be how it's played, and just see how far I could get.
So if you're just tuning in, this is Insomniac Live, and today we are playing Ratchet & Clank Future: A Crack in Time, which came out in 2009 on PlayStation 3. My name's James Stevenson. I'm the community director here at Insomniac Games. Joining me to my right is Brian Allgeier, the creative director on A Crack in Time and a huge portion of the Ratchet & Clank series. He's now the user experience director?
Director of experience.
Director of experience. See, I was close here at Insomniac. So he's doing lots of good stuff, helping with Spider-Man for PS4 right now, and also everything else we work on for that matter. And then we've got Corey over here, who is our live stream guru and who makes cool shit like the Spider-Man PS4 trailer you guys saw at Paris Games Week. And all sorts of other fun things. And so that's what's going on. And
someone asked to make Azimuth, so that was Northern Star Dragon.
I don't know if he'll dance in the middle of this animation. I
Yeah,
guess
maybe
let's find
let's
out.
wait for him to finish his deal. I don't think that's gonna work.
No, he's in an animation. I have to defend him. Oh, he's hacking something. Can I use this? Yeah, dogs, let's go.
Nice.
I hate using this though because it's like wasted weapon experience.
That's so funny.
Like, nah, I want to level up my weapons. Let's go. Let's go. We got this.
That makes me think we should have given you experience across all your weapons for using a turret.
Right, yeah.
Not that that would make any sense why that would happen.
And the fun part would be trying to explain that. Like, don't worry,
Exactly.
using this turret will give you experience for all your
You have a
weapons.
giant block of text show up. Here, read this manual on how to use the turret.
Actually, I'm not sure this is possible without that, but YOLO.
Yeah, you're using up all your ammo.
That's fine.
A lot of bad guys.
There's probably a vendor somewhere with more ammo.
I love the design of those tanks with the little arachnid legs.
Yeah, Buzzblades are OP as hell, man. It's
Yeah.
cool. Alright, now I am going to switch because I don't think I can take these guys down very quickly if I don't. Oh shit, I have homing missiles too?
Your blaster runs hot.
Yeah. Actually, I am in a little trouble because I did take quite the beating while using my regular guns. Oh, I used all my homing missiles. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. I won't screw around next time. I'll just use the turret as designed. Yeah, I know, like, a guard's like, yeah, there's a turret outside by the ship. Oh, wait, hold on. Can we do this?
Oh,
Cover me while I hack the terminal.
Alright, we'll get it at the end here. Die, die, die! Oh, I think I spammed all my missiles. That was my problem. I'll save them for the end.
Flight log is on here. I've downloaded the data to my navigator. Give me just a few moments.
Just about feathering that fire button. Feather that fire button.
Yeah.
Oh, let's kill him since he's actually shooting back. I like how we put those explosive crates up in the thing. Oh, that's really fun. Oh, we're taking some hits here. Where are they? Can't see them behind all their shots. Oh, what? I thought you were dead.
Got it. Opening hangar bay
Wow.
doors
Alright.
now.
I at least have a lot more health than I did last time at this point. I was at like...
And you have your regular ammo. You can get out if they're all shooting at you and kind of dodge a bit, throw some grenades or whatever.
Oh, see, it's gonna spawn stuff though. I just want more. Okay, let's get out of there. And now let's switch to the Buzzblades. OP Buzzblades, yeah.
When James shaves, he looks like a different person. It is a different person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the
That's
best part
Steve
is
Jameson.
there's two of me, and we share jobs and personal life and everything. It's a bearded version of this. I'm the evil one though, so good luck to you all. Oh wait, all right, let's try it again. Dance. No,
He's
see,
on a mission.
Yeah, he's like, I have no time for this, Ratchet. No Bee Gees music. Let's go. Where did he? All right, maybe he'll dance. Oh no, it's cutscene. He said James hit the gym too. Thank you for saying so. I don't know.
Learn to fix physics on bosses on Ratchet and Clank.
On bosses. There are physics, aren't there? Yeah, I'm curious. I thought there was some Havoc stuff on that. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
I don't know. Yeah,
Does James take his glasses off too? I don't wear glasses. Ratchet and Clank 42069. I actually do. Well, that's not true. Occasionally I wear glasses. I mean, I do wear contacts, and I probably have worn glasses in the stream a couple times when I was like not wearing.
I
contacts.
go either way. I could do one eye.
All right,
Then I can't read the chat really too well.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I see. I can see Velvet Galaxy.
Probably need to increase.
I can't see what they're saying though.
Yeah. The font
Gold
size.
Warrior has followed,
make it
and the
bigger.
Rot
I can
has
make it bigger.
followed.
Just
So
easier.
Yeah, that'd help me out.
I'm gonna make the text a
Help
little
these
bigger.
old eyes.
So yeah, it's all built for my young eyes.
Right.
Youngish. Not really that much longer, really.
Yeah, I'm clear. Were you able to decrypt Porcelain's flight data?
They were encoded with a double hexagonal holokey, but one of the files was
So I know. I think we have to pick up some.
Oh wow, that's much better.
Oh yeah, that's way better for sure.
Corey's being weird again.
Corey's
What else
always-
is new? Remaster Resistance. It's Friday.
Oh, I can jump to a different sector now. Never mind. We're not gonna go searching for Zoni. I forgot that this is like a. Because this is the thing, we separated out into different sectors.
Yeah,
like,
I think I already attempted to do this one and
How do I
failed
jump?
terribly.
Were there any elegant solutions during development?
Nothing's elegant during development. No, that's a good question. I don't know. It's,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know,
This
it's
is
a
so
great
pretty.
clock. It was pretty.
That's the best part about sector jumps is you get the great clock interludes.
Yeah. Yeah, elegant solutions. I'm gonna have to think about that one for a little bit. I think it's, you know, our team is filled with very creative problem solvers, so there's a lot of elegant solutions that I probably don't know about that happen all throughout.
Here's the elegant solution we use here in the studio.
That's right.
Tape tape.
Duct tape.
Yep.
Handyman secret weapon.
Mm-hmm. It's great because like when we bring in hostages and stuff, we're just like, oh, now you can't hear them.
That never happens.
Nah.
No.
Don't worry, he's still out back there, so we're good.
Nice.
I don't think the microphones can pick up the muffled
Right,
screaming because the tape is so good.
Oh, here's an elegant solution.
What? How to make the platform by making you also fight an enemy by batting something back in?
Well, I like it that Clank's got the scepter for the Great Clock to help make repairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I hope I'm not spoiling it here, but he ends up giving it to Sigmund in the end as kind of like putting him back in charge of the Great Clock. And so it's kind of nice when you can take an item that's a story item, but it's also a gameplay item, and they kind of work together.
Mesh Khalid says hi from Saudi Arabia. Hello, hello, hello. Someone said, why my face go bald? Well, it's a recessive gene on my mom's side from her grandfather, and you know, just there goes father.
Oh, all right.
See, all right, you can take over for a little bit. There you go. How do you fall in space? You
Well,
fall in
still
space the
gravity in
same way the
space.
bombs fall in Last Jedi out of the Resistance bombers because there's magnetic.
Magnetic. I mean, there's still gravity in space. There's gravity everywhere. Just sometimes less gravity, but he's next to a giant clock, which might have its own gravity. Right?
Yeah. Let's see where you're going with this. Oh boy.
Any cool improvised lines in Ratchet and Clank? Brian, you know, like, did the actors ever improvise stuff?
Ah!
And you were giving me shit, huh?
Cool improvise. I know. Well, I was being distracted.
It is tough to talk and play.
That's right. Cool improvised lines. You know, I don't know. I'm sure that we had a lot of fun moments in the studio. I remember these weren't really improvised, but I forget the name of the comedian on the radio, Joey Doria, who did Azimuth.
You gotta hit him back at him.
That's right. Yeah, he also played this comedian who was like desperate for money and like had like some sort of Well, Corey.
No, he's bad at video
Okay.
games.
No, I'm not that bad. And I've seen what you're supposed to do here, but I would probably die.
This is actually kind of a tricky jump.
It is.
It's a
yeah.
tricky
It
couple
really
jumps.
pushes that third helicopter jump. But yeah, I remember just laughing, just trying to like muffle my laughs, even though it wouldn't get picked up on the mic. I wanted to be able to hear his performance, and it was just I thought it was genius, and I love TJ's writing. But it got progressively worse and worse, where he was like in desperate need for people to attend his comedy show. All right, you're doing pretty good here.
But see, now I'm tempted by a gold bolt, and that never ends well.
There we go. Oh!
Got it.
Yeah, dog!
Nice.
I don't know how to get back out of that gold bolt. Oh, it automatically teleports you. Back to the beginning of the course, though.
An inelegant solution.
It's like, yeah, there's actually, this gold bolt, there's no returning from it.
Oh, you got a
so it'll
retirement
teleport
fund.
You.
Well, we're so happy that you got a gold bullet. You're willing to do it again.
Yeah, that's good. Please, guys, don't fail Clank. Oh, don't worry, we won't fail our...
Oh, so you throw the time pause thingy.
Yeah, that's one
Cool.
of Clank's abilities. is he has the time
nice.
bubbles.
Yeah, I
And
would
this
have
is where
died
we're
before I
actually going to
figured
get
that
into
out.
like the hardest time puzzles that we felt people could accomplish without tearing their
So
hair.
what is his staff exactly? What's going on in there?
It's like the caretaker's staff, right?
Okay.
It's the caretaker scepter. I don't know what the name of it is, though.
Uh-huh.
If only TJ were on this thread, he would know.
Yeah. I like
Or I'm
scepters.
sure someone else knows.
Like as a thing, like, you know, that like kings have and stuff, instead of just a sword, a scepter. It's just like a cool kingly type thing. Like every piece of media I know that has a scepter in it is pretty awesome.
You should have a scepter or something.
Yeah, it's like if your story is kind of like whatever, and you're like, I gotta crank this up a notch. What do I do? Like add a scepter.
Add a scepter.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now it's cool.
Now I want a scepter.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we should get
We should
you
all
a
have-
scepter,
Yeah.
and when you're talking about like, this is how it's gonna be, and just like slam the scepter down like a gavel,
Yeah.
but it's jewel encrusted.
Of course. I think I'd get a lot more done that way.
Yeah.
This is where we should talk to James incessantly, ask him questions.
Yeah, break his concentration.
This is actually a pretty tricky time puzzle.
Oh, because there's multiple.
Yeah, so look, so you have
Chrono
4,
scepter,
and you
of
have
course.
three different
Yeah, you gotta
lock pads
coordinate
you
them
have to
all.
stand on.
Ah.
So that one unlocks the second one. The yellow one's gonna make it to the first. He also moves this platform, so I need to go back to the blue one here.
Okay. Thank you, Shadow Gamer 1709, for the Chrono Scepter clarification.
And thank you, Guild Warrior and The Rock, for following.
So now once yellow moves off, he's gonna open the pathway for the one I am now. Does he stay there long? No, he doesn't. Fudge.
This is where you get to blame yourself.
Yep. Well. Okay, so now I need to wait for... Oh, red's gonna open this for me. I just need to pause for a lot longer. Oh, shit. This is where I need to be. So, but now I have a good indicator of when I actually will arrive on that platform, so I know how long to hold for. Okay, so I should be on that platform. I should be jumping. Now we'll move on. And we'll stand here. We unlock. So we have 2 of them unlocked. So now I can go back to blue because we have enough room.
Right.
Blue, in order for this to make work, he needs to get up here. He needs to be on here when this goes up because red's going to move to open the door for green right now. And then he has to stand on this to bring... Oh, that may work. Oh, no, it won't.
So my friend in high school, I might have told this story on stream before because I only have like 5 stories, but it's a fitting moment. You know that like 90s, late 90s techno song, like that Blue Abadi Abadai?
Buddy.
Yeah, Blue Abadi Abadai, you know?
Oh.
My friend thought the lyrics for it were, I'm blue, if I were green, I would die.
Oh.
Instead of just Abadi Abadai.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like right now, right? Like you're blue, but if you're green, you're dead.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I'm sorry if anyone's gonna get that song stuck in their head. I do not wish that
I'm
upon
blue,
you.
dabba dee dabba die.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay, can I make this?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, Eiffel 65. That's it.
And now, okay, so that's yellow. I think red's the one that has to actually go through the door now.
Temporal recording initiated.
So this opens the door for green. And now I think if I run, I can get back to this platform in time. Yep, and then I can jump off.
Did you have to hit the button?
No.
Oh, you still have to go through the door, right?
Yeah,
I
this is
see.
the last one.
The final plank goes through the door.
Nice.
Yay! Good job.
Ooh, look at all those prizes.
That's right. Shower you with bolts.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. That's actually a pretty tough puzzle. That's a pretty tough puzzle.
Oh, there's a death metal cover of.
Northern Star Dragon asked who wrote the
Solid.
last few cutscenes for A Crack in Time. I'm not gonna lie, it's the first time I got so emotional over a game.
Probably TJ, right?
It was CJ, yeah.
And you guys worked really closely on all that stuff, though.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was a fun project. That was like, yeah, I mean, it was cool. Actual Destruction was fun too, but I think I worked with TJ on that as well, but we worked very closely. Kind of got our stride going, I think, by getting a Quest for Booty, and then we're really working well together on Crack in Time. Just kind of knew what each other was thinking almost.
Kinda like Chris Farley and David Spade.
Exactly.
I don't know who's who in that situation, but
Yeah, right.
Oh, and now we made it back to another station to learn. Do we have to go back into our subconscious again here?
man, people are like still tuning in and shocked that it's James without the beard.
Hi, Jack Knight.
We've been on for
How
40
you
minutes
doing?
already, and people are still like, wait, what?
Yeah, I know. It's like I had a real rough night last night, but don't worry, I won. Have you ever guys thought about making Disruptor 2 and 3? That was basically Resistance Fall of Man, kind of. It's the spiritual successor. Oh, look, he's got Tachyon's helmet.
The way you said that made me think there would be a funny game, because you said Fall of Man, kind of, but you could also do like Mankind, kind of like, well, it's sort of the Fall of Man, but just kind of.
How do we manage to get Charles Martinet for this game? Well, he's a voice actor. Voice actors like to work.
Yes.
That's basically my...
He does a lot of different voices, Mario being one of them. But we love the fact that Clank was in like almost like Nintendo land, like Wii land here, pretty much, with all the whites. And then we had Mario's voice. It was like a little inside joke. I don't know if it was really intentional, it just kind of turned out that way.
Well, we're all trying to find our own path in the universe. The hard part is taking those first steps. Come on, I'll give you a boost.
Plumber might be the strongest character in the Ratchet and Clank universe. I mean,
He's the puppet master behind
yeah,
it all.
he's like Q.
Yeah.
Down strange pipes all willy-nilly.
Plumber's Tunko just diving down strange pipes all willy-nilly. Who was that referring to?
By the way, I wouldn't
I don't know. Who could it be?
Probably Luigi.
Right.
I like the expression willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Jack Knightons is having so much fun on Ratchet and Clank PS4. If you did miss that, if you're in this Twitch and you've never played Ratchet and Clank PS4 and you have a PS4, which doesn't seem very likely, but if you did, and you subscribe to PlayStation Plus, it is free right now. You can download the
right.
game for free! And you have a few more weeks to do that. But get on it, because even if you just download it now, so you don't forget to download it.
Yeah, and if you've never played a Ratchet and Clank game and have a PS4, it's a great game to start playing on. It tells a little bit of their origin story through the eyes of one of the characters. But it's a good ramp up to the whole franchise.
Definitely is. And then you can tell us all about the exploits you had in the game here on the chat.
In solar chamber echo.
I love batting that stuff back and forth. It's so satisfying. It's also satisfying to play a game where you have like 5 hit points. Feels like the old arcade days.
Right.
Like, yeah, I only have 5 hit points. I do like how the Great Clock's overrun by like creatures. It's like, oh god, the rodents. The
Yeah.
space rodents. They're like the Minox of
You gotta
the,
clean
the
up the
Great
pest,
Clock.
got a
Yeah.
pest control problem here.
Like, man, where's Orkin in this galaxy? Doesn't the plumber have like a brother or sister or cousin or something that does pest control?
I don't remember that.
No, that was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, he
I was
definitely
like,
does not.
really? What is that?
He
Did I
definitely
miss
does
that?
not. That is never. I'm unaware. I'm unaware. All right, I guess
Maybe there was like a side game somewhere that did that. Mobile.
some high impact game with the.
Right.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Well, let's just redo this and leave him on the red pad. I should have realized that when I stepped off the button that would go away, but I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so red's opening that pathway. I have a feeling I need to go this way though to drop that platform first, so we'll do that. We had barbecue for lunch today, and I gotta tell you, it's one of my favorite lunch days.
Yep, it was so good.
I love the barbecue lunch day. Okay, so
Goddamn
someone's got to get
fixins.
on that. Now we gotta let them up.
Yeah, so hopefully you timed that right.
I think so.
But that's the cool thing is you can kind of use, even if you fail, you can use the guy that failed as
the
timing.
timing reference, yeah. Like, oh, I got there a little fast.
Yeah. Look at that.
And I gave him enough time, and oh, now I can come over here and drop this platform, and I need to go 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, and now I'll let that platform up, and now he needs to go park himself on one of the door locks. We should finish that one.
So when we were testing these puzzles, we realized that there were some people who just couldn't do them, and they would stop playing the game forever if they had to finish them. They were just like, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to GameFAQs. I don't want to have to like try to like
They're just
read
done.
up a walkthrough.
Yeah.
This is too confusing.
So you have a
And so we're-
manual override.
Yep, we have manual override. We're just like, you know what? You don't want, and that went against every bit of our design instincts at the time because you know this is all about challenge.
Yeah.
What happened? 1 potato, 2 potato.
No, I needed a lot longer.
You need some more potatoes.
Some
Because
Idaho
everyone
potatoes,
else
they're
has
famous.
to come up. Everyone else needs to come up that every single other character needs to go. All 3 of the other ones need to all go up that route. So I need to give a lot longer for them all to get there because mainly this guy needs more time to get there. He's going to be the slowest. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go. Actually, this reference should be good enough now, but okay. I need to go back and redo yellow. Then we should be good. Yeah, these puzzles, I love them, but they are a weird part of your brain that isn't normally taxed in this way. And if you can't layer, it's like if you can't temporarily layer what's going to happen in your head, you can see how that could be hyper frustrating.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who sign up to play a Ratchet game for just the running and gunning and all that, and they do expect there to be some light puzzles, but we went really deep with the puzzles on this one, and we knew that some people just wouldn't finish them. So it's all about making it more accessible to everybody.
They're so good though. Like people
They
at the
are,
time,
yeah.
people are like, you could make just the whole like 3 or 4 hour indie game just of these puzzles, and people would lose their mind.
We totally thought about that. We were like, we should just make it a dedicated Clank puzzle game.
It's like it'd be like Mr. Toad essentially. Like that was the whole thing in a Mario game, and then they turned it into a whole game. And now they're re-releasing it on Switch, and everyone's freaking out yesterday. I do love Mr. Toad too. Mr. Toad.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You're
Toad-
Mr.
Toad
Toad.
Take
Mario.
my gamer card away.
Oh, Captain Toad. I'm sorry, not Mr. Toad.
Captain Toad.
Captain Toad.
It's like he's in a block world and he has to solve the puzzle,
it's like
and then he moves on to the next block
I
world.
can't remember what they're called in Japan.
It's
There's
like-
these little like block puzzles in
Yeah.
Japan where you kind of like it's like little dioramas in a cube, and that's what the game was inspired by. And like you have to walk around kind of in all the different directions, and yeah, it
sounds cool.
It is like you should look it up afterwards. Like
Yeah.
the one on Wii U is great, and now it's on Switch, so people will actually be able to appreciate the game. It's a good game. But that was the same thing where that was like in Mario. I think it was in Mario. Oh, this one has to open. God, I forgot that one of these doors need to be open
Probably
too.
Mario Galaxy 1 or 2, maybe?
Yeah, or maybe it was Super Mario 3D World or something like that. I don't remember now. But
Was it Mario is missing?
no. It was not Mario was missing. Anyway, though, but Captain Toad's great. It's really cool. Lots of good stuff announced for the Switch yesterday.
I rented Mario is Missing from the grocery store back when you could rent video games from the grocery store, and I was so disappointed because I thought it would be like Mario 2 and 3, which I had grown up playing, and I used my allowance to rent it, and it's crap. I don't know what's going on with Mario is Missing. It's just some like really difficult NES game that's not like Mario 1, 2, and 3 at all, and I was very disappointed.
Oh wow.
Temporal recording initiated.
A lot of NES games are just super hard. If you're a little kid and you don't know what to do, even as an adult, like you look at it and you're like, in order for me to beat this level, I'm gonna have to concentrate really, really freaking hard and do it 10 times before I get it. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of patience.
I know.
Zeke.
But back then, I mean, that's what kept games longevity.
Yeah.
Play that game all summer long.
Yeah, because it's only like a 40-minute game if you actually know how to beat it, right?
Alex Kid 93 says, "It might be presumptuous of me to think so, but did God of War have any impact on the puzzles and platforming during the development of later Ratchet and Clank games, or were you taking inspiration from any particular games at all?" I feel like Portal kind of was one. Like, the
Yes.
idea of Portal was a
Yeah.
big one for this game in
Yeah.
particular. I remember, like, we wanted something that felt as good as the puzzles in Portal. I just remember people talking about Portal a lot because it came out,
Yeah.
like, right around 2007.
Chrono Trigger was one of them.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a big inspiration. I didn't play that game actually, but Brian Hastings. I know.
Some people regard it as the best video game.
Classic, sir. Get ye a SNES Classic.
Yes.
I know what
You gotta
I know what our next Brian Allgeier streaming
Right.
series is.
Right.
Brian Allgeier. like-
Rediscovering, I know, and I didn't play Metroid either. I shouldn't even mention that, right?
Don't say that around
Blast-
Ted.
Yeah, blasphemy, blasphemy, blasphemy. Wow.
I know.
What was one of your big games that really influenced you?
Well, it's kind of funny. I took a very different path. I played text adventures in the early 80s, Infocom games. So I just enjoyed like the storytelling, some of the puzzles in those.
Right.
And I played a lot of arcade games. I went to the arcade constantly. So I played Super Mario Brothers in the arcade and Donkey Kong and all that. This is
Marble Madness.
Marble Madness,
Oh, yeah.
Vanguard and Asteroids. And then I actually kind of took a break. I just started programming games on my Commodore 64 and just got into how do I make these things because they're so awesome.
Interesting.
And then I kind of just didn't really play a lot of games until I got a SNES like in the mid or early 90s. I kind of was late to the party on that. And then I just started playing more games like, I don't know, Donkey Kong Country or Diddy Kong. And then got back into it with the Nintendo 64. So I sort of like disappeared in the late 80s. I think I was like going to college and stuff like that. And just we weren't playing games a lot back then.
N64 was the big one for me. I was at the right age when Mario 64 and all
Yeah.
that. But I mean, Super Nintendo was also pretty big for me.
Yeah, Super Nintendo's
Nintendo
fine.
64 was actually way bigger for me than Super Nintendo. Like when Mario 64 came out, I was like a kid again with that.
Oh,
That was
Yeah.
something. I'll never forget the feeling of like the first hour or so that I was playing that game and kind of like learning how to use the analog
Rendered
stick
scene,
yeah.
and doing a backflip for the first time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this changes everything.
Yes.
And I just wanted to be immersed in that world. Like I just wanted to keep playing it forever. You know, like other video games, like Super Nintendo games were fun and I liked playing them, but I didn't really feel like I was in it. And then with Mario 64, I felt like I was in it, you know?
Yeah.
Just that, the levels with like the cliffs and stuff, and you feel like you're up high and you start getting sweaty palms like you're gonna fall off the cliff. And
Right,
it's
right.
crazy.
Yeah, that was great. Running around that castle outside, just hearing the birds.
And all those noises he would make and
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh. And there's a lot of people that grew up playing this game, or some of the earlier Ratchet games too, like with that same feeling for them, where it was like their definitive platforming experience that kind of opened them up to video games and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there were people who've been playing since the PS2, just like watched the evolution, you know, and it's almost like that nostalgia of getting a new Ratchet game.
Yeah.
And seeing it with, awesome new graphics, new stories.
I used to say SNES, but then I felt like with all the modern stuff, it's just SNES now.
Right.
But SNES still makes sense to me. Or Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo.
I say SNES, but then
Sigmund, how did you forget to
Friends
close the
say
door? Leave the door open right behind him.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah. I wish I could play this. I love how Vorslit's just his head though, but he's still playing. He doesn't even have thumbs. Look at him. He's like looking at it like, what the hell?
Well, that's why Nefarious can always win.
Victory!
Clank led us straight to the office chamber.
Sheep from Poland wants to know who to thank for Nefarious being such an awesome design.
Greg
Greg Baldwin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone earlier asked who did the organic Nefarious, and I actually don't know who that is, but we did an organic Nefarious for Up Your Arsenal. He was featured in the Quark Vid comics.
That must have been Dave or Greg too.
Yeah, I think that was Dave or Greg, but then I think they did a completely different design for the.
Yes!
Yes.
Nurse Quark! If you missed the beginning of the show, we've been semi-celebrating the 25th anniversary of Beavis and Butthead. 25th? Is that right?
25th.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 25th. Wow.
That makes me feel old. Wait, I was that. No, I had to.
Ratchet, come in.
I
Pick
guess
up
so.
sleeping
Jeez, I
transmission.
feel like I was older when they came out than that. But
I remember in the. Actually, wait, 25 years?
it was the early 90s when
93.
they came out.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
totally makes sense. Yeah, because they did a short film at Spike and Mike
Yeah.
Film Festival.
Were you there?
I was there.
You were there.
I know.
Wow.
I'm that old.
Wow. That's like. So how was Woodstock?
Exactly. No, not that old. Thanks. Yeah.
You're welcome.
I wasn't born yet.
All right. I don't know where we're going yet, but whatever. I assume it's worthwhile. Uh-oh. Valkyries. You know, during the putting together the
cool
Ratchet
shit.
and Clank art book, I finally realized that Helga was a Valkyrie. Like, I never, like, connected them. I was
Well, her
like,
name's Helga.
No, this was not Helga, but Helga is in the series,
right.
and she actually is one of the Valkyries.
I
And the whole
totally
idea-
forgot about
The whole
that.
idea of the Valkyries was to show, like, Helga's species, basically. And I
Right.
was like, how did I never put that together in my head? Maybe that was the most obvious thing to people, but it was one of those things where I did not realize it until... oh, this is fun. You have to use your, like, wrench thing to pull the...
Oh,
It's like
right.
your tractor beam to pull her shield generators out.
Yeah, I think I originally proposed them as Space Vixens, which was kind of stupid and generic. And I'm glad that Greg, I think it was Greg and Dave, kind of pushed back, and they're like, how about we do, like, the Helga design? And so then we kind of became a little more portly, I guess.
It's like, hey, we've already done this before. Let's use what we already have. Yay!
Yeah, well, I was thinking going back to Courtney Gears, and she had like the dance girls, and but I think this was a far more creative angle.
Oh, Anastasia says she knew Helga was a Valkyrie. Alex Kidd says, are there any things you go back and change about a crack in time, now, knowing what you know now?
Give me a status update on Clank's
It's tough, you know. I know that the final boss is like really hard, like it's almost like a bit of a spike. So even though it's really good hard if you like that, I had a few people that I know complain they couldn't finish it. So I think I might, like on the easier or medium levels, maybe tone it down a little bit. But that's really minor. I mean, most people get through it. It's fine. It's a good challenge.
Jack Knighton says, what do you guys think about Days Gone moving to 2019? I don't know. I mean, making games is hard. I'm really excited for Days Gone, though. Like, I love everything Ben's made. And I don't know how much of that is, and the other thing is, whenever the games get more time, they usually get more polish. And I also don't know, there's a lot of, Call of Duty moving to October sort of, like, shook me fundamentally. I was like, wait,
terminate somewhere inside the
dance. Yeah!
There you go.
There it
Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah,
moonwalk.
moonwalking. Yeah, you
Nice.
go,
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
He's got a little Travolta and a little Jackson in there.
Returning customer. Yeah, thank you. Give me that Maglet net launcher. Oh, Tony Moore time.
Ooh, Tony Moore cutscene.
But yeah, like Call of Duty for what? Since like Call of Duty 4, but that was maybe the game that established it there. Ever since Call of Duty 4, like that first week in November, it's been like clockwork. Call of Duty. Like the whole reason lots of games release like in the late October is to get out a week or two ahead of Call of Duty. So then, like, for Call of Duty to move, it's just like, it's like the last 9 years, it was like a fundamental law of the video game calendar has changed. And
is that for this year they're moving?
Yeah, they call it Black Ops 4.
Because they're trying to get
will come
ahead
out.
of Red Dead.
Probably, presumably get ahead of Red Dead. But it's also, it's a crazy thing when you're talking about the game that everyone was trying to get ahead of.
Right.
Now jumping ahead, basically probably by 3 to 4 weeks. And the Call of Duty games at this point are on like a 3-year. Treyarch's been working. It's like Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, Treyarch. So they've been working on it for 3 years. So a month here and there at the end, probably, with the amount of money they throw at those games, isn't really a big deal development-wise to them, I would guess.
Right.
I'm sure they would love another month, or another 3 weeks. But when you see the twin barrels of John Marston's,
Nice.
revolvers pointed at you, you're like, well, all right.
Yeah.
But still, like, it's this weird thing. Like, Call of Duty has been the game that, it was the game that everything else scheduled around, and it isn't now, which is kind of crazy to me. This sort of
it's like how Avengers got pushed forward because of Han Solo, and it's like, what could move Avengers, seriously?
Well,
other
I
than
think
Star
it's not.
Wars?
I think that's more like you can't push Han Solo back, so they're. But since Disney controls both, it's just easier for them to push Avengers forward. So, but I think that's more of a move on Han Solo I think that's more of a move that aids Han Solo than a move that aids Avengers. Would be that's my read of that. But I don't know. I always find that sort of stuff really interesting. And then, like, my favorite, the movie Rampage, that weird.
Is The Rock
movie.
in that one?
Yeah,
all right.
the Rock movie. It actually, like, remember there's a new trailer for it. And I was like, well, that actually looks pretty decent. Besides the fact that it's like this weird arcade game. Hey, arcade game, Brian. It's an arcade movie port. It's Rampage.
Oh, it really is Rampage.
Yeah, it really is a Rampage movie coming out.
They have like the Godzilla thing and the monkey
but
thing.
but literally, like
hilarious.
the opening of the trailer, like made it seem like it was like kind of like a Planet of the Apes thing with the ape. Like he's this ape trainer and the ape likes him and shit. And then
he starts growing. Yeah.
Right. Then the ape starts growing, goes crazy, and he has to go fight everything. Clank kills these guys so much more easily than Ratchet does. It's unreal. I want Clank to just.
Can you imagine being a programmer or designer on Rampage in the arcade in the 80s, and then like 30-something years later, they're making this giant Hollywood movie based off of it? That's so surreal.
I don't understand. Like, of all the IPs that were out there, was it just that it was like cheap and laying? I don't know.
Well, I remember loving that game when it was out. Like,
it was great.
Seeing any kind of character,
You could smash
any
the
kind
buildings,
of,
and like you save the people.
Hey,
Eating people
Kong.
out the window for health.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh, you weren't saving them, were you? You were eating them.
Yeah, eating them. Yeah.
You were the monsters.
The game is pretty hard though, because it's so hard to dodge the gunfire and everything, and the planes drop bombs on you.
Speak for yourself.
I wasn't very good at it.
Well, actually, all arcade games back then were
They were
hard.
brutal. They wanted your money.
Intentionally,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the original microtransaction.
Yes.
25 cents per play.
Yeah, every couple minutes.
Yeah. You guys think you have it bad. I'm joking. I'm joking. Please don't quote me to Kotaku or some shit on that. I'm making a joke. Okay, so I have to find another battery bot because this is broken, and until I crank it, the ramp won't come up.
Did you change the ramp down below? And
I think I have to go back this way, actually.
okay. I see.
I could be wrong.
Ooh.
Oh, that was close. Remaster Resistance. Keep dreaming, brother. Let's try our magnet launcher. What does this look like?
Video game movies have been a thing they've been trying to do for a long time, and sometimes, every once in a while, it works. A lot of time, just kind of falls by the wayside. Like Mario movie didn't really do so well.
Yeah.
The Street Fighter movie didn't do so well, and those were huge properties back at the time. The Mortal Kombat movie actually did okay, and it was awesome in my opinion.
That's why they keep spawning.
The original Tomb Raider movies did pretty decent.
That was the new Tomb Raider.
And there's a reboot, yeah. That one, I have a feeling like it's gonna just kind of get looked over because there's a lot of other big stuff happening right now. Because like Black Panther just came out, and then not too long from now, Avengers will come out, and I don't know if people really are gonna have the attention for another big one in between.
It's funny because right now we're in the age of comic book movies, and so one wonders what is that next age like. Back in the 50s, it was westerns and I don't know, 70s maybe cop films. I don't know actually.
And we had like a zombie craze like from like 2000 to 2010 or so.
Right.
And that's kind of then it became superheroes afterwards.
Yeah. So what's next?
Yeah, what's next?
It could be video games because
Mm-hmm.
in the 80s and 90s there were probably some lame video game, or I'm sorry, comic book.
Oh, there were.
You know.
They made. Did you ever see the Fantastic Four movie that was directed by, I want to say Albert Pyun, who he's like a B movie director.
That rings a bell, but I don't
It's
remember
pretty
it.
bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
and they had a Captain America movie too.
there was Superman and everything obviously too, and all
That's
that.
true. That was actually, well, back in the day.
That was
good.
legit.
Yeah. I mean, if you go
Christopher
back and
Reeve.
watch it, it's really cringeworthy. You know.
Will
But
you guys bring back the museum and new Ratchet Clank games? Well, we haven't announced any new Ratchet Clank games, so that's a presumptuous question.
but one of the best museums we created was in Into the Nexus.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we actually fully dedicated our art resources and dialogue and everything.
We get to fight Valkyries.
That's right.
Yeah, eat my magnet launcher.
Sweet.
Yeah, a lot of you
Whoa,
know
That's pretty
missed
violent.
bondage.
Man, you're remembering Beavis and Butthead a little differently
I
than
know.
how I am.
Right. This is where James's id just gets let loose.
You're like late high school Beavis, but I think in the show he was actually like a 6th or 7th grader.
What? Yeah, that's right. I love getting it airborne. The spectacle of the magnet launcher is so fun.
Yep. And you can control it with the 6-axis.
Oh, I could actually turn it.
That's
turn the
right. You
direction.
can launch it. Actually, that might be an upgrade.
Oh, are you sure that's not the dynamo?
That's a dynamo. Sorry.
Yeah, that's.
I don't
They
know
kind of
what-
have a
how
similar
they do
ball
have-
of energy
yeah, ball
effect.
Of energy. Yeah.
Jack Nine wants an Uncharted movie with a montage.
I
of
thought they
Nate
announced an
saying
Uncharted
crap.
movie. I thought there was a ton of stuff in there. I don't know.
They waited too long because Nathan Fillion's too old to play the part
I
now.
thought they said Tom Holland was doing it or something. I don't know.
Tom
I don't know.
Holland? No,
I just
he's
don't want to
not
read
gonna-
on
doesn't
Deadline.
work for him.
Nathan Fillion would have been perfect.
He would have been,
he
yeah.
looks the part.
Go read Deadline. They have whatever the latest of that movie, whatever the latest. I mean, and don't ever trust anything in Hollywood because as we know from working on Ratchet and Clank, like that shit changes all the time. So, bye, sheep from Poland. Have a good night's sleep. I'm Eugene off The Walking Dead. I don't remember Eugene, but that scares me. What if he sucked? Wait.
They're doing an Uncharted movie with young Nathan Drake, played by Tom Holland.
See?
Wow.
That's the
Weird.
rumor.
I don't feel like Tom
Or I
Holland
don't think it's a rumor
is
even.
right for that role,
No.
but whatever.
But who knows?
What? Oh. I see. I'm dumb. Okay, now I understand how this works. But
Or do you?
Gotta line up the blue with the blue.
I know, I did that. Wait, maybe I need to stretch them both out?
If only the guy who created the game was here to help us.
Yes.
No, I think
if
he's-
only that guy could remember
He's
9
enjoying
years
watching my
ago what was
suffering.
going on. There
Yeah.
we go. That's
Anyway, the
what I
whole
would've
the
said.
whole Nexus museum. People just miss Nexus. If you never played it and you still have your PS3, check that shit out because it came out after the PS4 came out and it was just criminally underappreciated. Because Nexus is rad. That's all.
Yeah,
I
that
have
was
to
a
say.
great game to work on. We had a lot of fun on that one.
That was my first Ratchet.
It's got some of my favorite like villains in Ratchet. Like their character designs are so awesome, and it's got this fun, spooky feel to it. It's just really, really great. See, this is where it gets weird because you have to like.
Now you gotta do the peace sign.
So look, we know there's 2 over here, right? And we know this one. So we know this guy alone has to fill this hole. So he has to stay stretched out, which means it'll be this one and this one. So we need to shorten this guy, and we need to extend that one.
Right, you're making a little Y.
We're in it now.
Logic.
Yeah, we had a brother and sister villain on Nexus, Vendra Neftin Prague.
I liked them because they did that whole tragic villain thing where like you kind of empathize with them.
Mhm.
Listen with you.
Right.
That's always my favorite type of
Yeah,
villain.
there's kind of a little bit of an interesting twist there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you just tuned in, We have about 10 minutes left on our show, but it's Insomniac Live, playing Ratchet Clank Crack of Time. My name is James Stevenson, here with Creative Director on the game, Brian Allgeier, who's the Experience Director here at Insomniac. He works on Spider-Man.
That's right.
And we have Corey Hoover, who is our live stream and video guru, and also our 80s guru.
And that was something that was really awesome about Into the Nexus, and we got to use it in the trailer. I was so happy when he's gonna shoot the rockets at Ratchet,
Right.
and he presses the button, and instead the 80s song comes on instead of launching the rocket.
Yes, everybody Wang Chung
Yeah.
tonight. Yeah.
You know, I don't think I had the, I don't think I had, at that point, since you were still relatively new here then, Corey, I don't think I'd really figured out your full 80s obsession.
Mhm. When that happened, I was so surprised. I was like, wait, we actually get to use that real song, and we get to use it in the trailer too, and like that's how it's gonna be. That's so cool.
Well, the funny
So
thing
happy
was
with
is
it.
that it was prohibitively expensive to get the real recording from the 80s,
Mhm.
but Wang Chung apparently can re-record their own songs, do a cover of their own song, and sell it at a lower price, so that people like us, because there's no way we're going to spend, whatever, $500,000
Yeah, that's
for
what I was
a
thinking.
10-second
Right.
gag,
Right. Yeah. But it's nice when you actually have a real one.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds just like the original, but that's one of those ways.
So wait, it's a Wang Chung cover of the Wang Chung song?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's
a re-recording.
awesome.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a, kind of
So-
a way of getting around.
So we got them to make like
The
our own
publishing
version
rights,
of it.
yeah.
Just for
they had
us.
already.
Well, yeah,
created
they
it.
have
okay.
they have a
Alright.
new version of it that is the one they own, because like the original one on their original CD is owned by whoever has the distribution rights or whatever.
So does that exist for like most songs and stuff?
I think a lot of artists do that.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's pretty
assume
common
so.
practice. Yeah.
Well, although like now, like a lot of the labels have their own like licensing divisions that handle the licensing of the
incredible.
music off of that.
This is
'Cause,
a
like,
game changer for me.
Like people in the music industry in the past, I mean, not even in the past, like they will send me shit like, oh yeah, like here's the new like such and such album, in case you want to use it in any of your trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's the sort of thing where there's people who that's their full-time job, so they just work with all the different commercials and video games and anyone that wants to license
Yeah,
music.
pimping their wares.
Right, exactly. And so it's like, I remember like there was a Foo Fighters album like 5 or 6 years ago. It's like, here's the Foo Fighters album, check it out. There's probably some songs here that might work for you. We'd never used any of them, but like that's the kind of thing that happens. So I think a lot of that's tied in now, where it's that's almost like, hey, don't worry, you don't have to worry about that band. Your label will take care of that for you. But in terms of the older songs, I don't know if the deals were. I know some artists signed some really bad deals back in the day.
Right.
I used to think they were called the Food Fighters, because what's a Foo Fighter, right?
Yeah.
And then
That
I was corrected
strangely makes
and
sense.
embarrassed.
Food Fight.
I was very embarrassed when that.
I think more than you.
I came up at a terrible moment in front of a girl Corey was
Oh.
really into.
Right.
No, it was like my
I
friends.
love the Food Fighters.
It was
They're
like
awesome.
it was my friends in middle school, and they were like, "What? What'd you
What
say?"
did
And
you
I'm
say,
like, "Yeah,
Food
Food
Fighters?"
Fighters." And they're like, "You
Sup,
idiot."
multify?
I'm sure you were not the first to make that mistake.
I mean, back before the internet, it's hard to like fact check stuff, and it's hard to know about music. Like nowadays, it's a lot different because you can look up any song you want on YouTube and
Right.
listen and really dive deep into all types of music very easily. But like back before that, it was very tough to be exposed to new music because you just kind of have like the radio and it plays the same old stuff,
Oh,
So
and then
what-
whatever you own.
Yeah. Well, what is a foo? I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
I guess it's like kung fu fighting.
it's like a bar.
Because that's FU.
I know, but maybe they just spelled it different. You know,
Like,
Hi,
wouldn't it be
Tarna,
funny if Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters was like, originally I wanted Food Fighters,
Mhm.
and then the letter D fell off or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
so then I was right all along.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh, jeez. Poison.
she's poisoning us.
gas. Trapped in, what's her name? Just totally drew a blank. Casa.
I love how this is like some like
Cassiopeia.
weird ass like Price is Right sort of thing with like these giant like
The meters.
ding 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 ding. Bah. You're screwed now, Ratchet.
Oh, oh, oh.
Just hover boot along the right path. Oh, okay.
James, I'm holding my breath in real life as long as it takes for you to clear the poison. So,
Dude, don't talk. Don't talk. Okay, poison cleared again. You can breathe again.
Is there one more round after this? I'm gonna try for real.
Okay, all right. You're gonna try for real.
Are they doing it?
Oh.
Oh, here you go. Here it is.
Oh no, you do it. I'm just holding my breath.
Oh. Wow.
Got you good, you fucker.
Oh man.
Brian, you're gonna let him choke. He's gonna die.
I know.
This is all your fault.
Who came up with this thing? Hey. That actually worked. That actually helped.
I had some time to spare. I didn't mean I would solve the puzzle and hold my breath. I just meant I would hold the breath as long as it takes to get the puzzle solved.
I was just gonna set the controller down to see how long you could actually hold your breath for. I wasn't gonna solve the puzzle. Perhaps it'd have been more sporting if I had gotten all but one and then just like.
I had
like,
some
left
time
it
to
there.
spare there. I could have lasted another 10 seconds or so.
I remember one of my greatest things, and I don't know if I'd be good anymore, but I used to have really good lung capacity when I was a kid. Like I used to like so.
You make a good surfer.
Yeah, well, I was on in high school. There was like this whole thing, and we were all like my whole class was on a senior trip and blah blah blah, and we were swimming in the pool, and like one of the best like girl athletes in the whole school was like holding her breath underwater, and she was going for like 45 seconds or 60 seconds, and people were like, "Oh my god, that's so impressive," and I was like, "That's nothing."
Hold my
I'll
juice box,
show
guys.
you.
Literally. And so then they're like, yeah, whatever, because I'm the skinny, nerdy dude. And I was like, all right, and I'll show you. And it was like, I was so confident. And they thought I was drowning because I was under for about 3 minutes.
And you're just laying there.
Just like, yep, I was just laying there under for like 3 minutes, like, and she went up after like 60 seconds, and then I just stayed under for like another 2 minutes to run the score up.
Oh.
It was great.
That's right, Remaster Resistance. I want that written on my tombstone.
Oh, look at you going right to the level 5 weapons.
Hey.
Nice.
If Spider-Man gets delayed, there'll be an uproar for sure. Well, we said Spider-Man was 2018, and we are releasing Spider-Man in 2018, so you don't have to worry about that.
If worst comes to worst, we'll use one of those little things that Clank has that slows down time,
Right,
and we'll throw it
onto
the,
2018.
the entire planet. Yeah.
The whole planet will just slow down.
Or like we'll just take the
oh, that
game
was
build.
good. I thought you were toast on that last
That
one.
was really
me
good
too.
timing,
I
yeah.
just keep on jamming the X button.
Couldn't we also like take the game build and get in a plane and be working on it while we're flying west around the world, and then it'll still be on time, right?
Well, yeah,
Technically.
I think so.
Okay.
According to the original
That's how it
Superman
works.
Oh,
movie.
yeah. This is where like the
Exactly.
glass is breaking, so you have to grab all the bots and put them in before it's too late.
I'm not gonna hold my breath for this one because electricity didn't have to do with holding your breath.
Why am I destroying them?
No,
Oh, I'm
those
sure.
are enemies, but there's also
I
the
see.
battery bots, but you have
Yeah.
to throw them into all the portals on the side.
Yeah.
We're probably going to end pretty quick after this because
Alright.
we've had enough time
Just
today.
ignoring the enemies and
Oh no, see the lights are lighting up?
Oh, geez.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You're in trouble. You have like 3 lights left before...
oh boy,
You can also throw your wrench again. There you go.
I know.
2 lights left, Brian. They're going to dump you. It's going to be like the hole in Game of Thrones. The sky door.
Oh yeah, that was great. Oh geez, where is it?
There it is.
Yes.
Yeah!
Hey!
Look at that. Suspenseful.
All right.
No one flies today.
Oh, these guys are still around?
No one flies today. Clank throws a time bubble on a planet. No, he just throws time bubbles on those little things that are moving too fast. I do like this world. It kind of reminds me of the Crumbler in All for One, though. Although they have, like, see, here there's, like, fans underneath them holding the islands up, where in Crumbler they just kind of, like, stay up on their own. Any last questions, guys, before we sign off? Monday, a bunch of us won't be here. So Corey will be out of town, and I have got some other stuff going on that I'm going to be a part of that day. So you guys get Adam C., who earlier in here was trying to provoke me on The Last Jedi, and I didn't take his bait. So he'll be here. They're going to play some Street Fighter Third Strike or something. I don't know which Street Fighter.
Oh, we gotta help him get that set up today, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's going to be happening. Justin may still be here, though, helping. You'll have Jeremy also. And there's a whole crew of people coming for that. I don't know what we're doing. I'm hopeful we might have a special guest on Friday. It's nothing related to anything we're making. It's an outside special guest. I don't want you to freak out. So I'm hopeful for that. but I don't know yet. So until
Is
I
it
know,
that guy from Home Improvement with the fence and you could never see his face?
Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Remember that guy?
Half the whole thing is how we.
And he
built
gives
this fence in
sage
here.
fatherly advice to Tim, the Toolman Taylor.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. Otherwise, we'll get a schedule up. We may play Ratchet PS4 again next week, because we may just kind of celebrate Ratchet PS4 all month with the PSN Plus deal. And Habinski points out that Wilson did die several years ago. So thanks for the buzzkill.
Sorry. Maybe we'll just get Tim Allen instead then.
Oh God! Someone's like April 8th of March was International Women's Day, and now you're blasting women villains in your Ratchet game.
Well, that was yesterday. Today's a new day.
Yeah, it's a new day. That's right.
It's robotic women villains, so.
Yeah. Don't apologize, Habinski. Own it. Own your buzzkillness right now. Multify said, I'm curious whether or not people are working on Spider-Man PS4 in the other room. 40 feet.
Let me go listen up against the wall. 1 second.
No, that's the kitchen. That's the kitchen.
Yeah, but that's where all the stuff really happens.
That's where people are getting energy to do it.
Yeah.
If you right behind the camera,
I heard
you're
webs and
looking at
stuff.
us, but if you turned around 180 degrees and walked through the set of doors and walked 40 feet, you would run into people who are making Spider-Man right now. And actually, that's why we're going to shut the show down, so we can let Brian Allgeier get back to it here too. But we did do it. We got right through the planet, so that was pretty sweet. And
I think we didn't do everything though, so we should probably head back. But
we'll try to remember next time what we were doing.
Okay.
So that's everything for now. Brian, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck with the GDC speech.
Thanks so much. Yeah, Thursday 11:30 GDC. 15 years of Ratchet and Clank, a long story. Come by, check it out.
So if you're gonna be at GDC in a couple weeks, come see Brian and TJ talk about that. Also, swing by our booth and say hello. Corey will be there.
I'll be there. Justin will be there.
Justin will be there. I'll be there. So we'll be there for some of that. You probably won't get shows those days, or you'll get Adam shows, which is always terrifying.
Thanks, Anastasia.
So thanks for watching. See you later, Anastasia. See you, everybody, and we'll catch you. Well, Adam Corleone will see you on Monday with some Street Fighter and those guys, and then Corey and myself will see you guys again on Wednesday. Have an awesome weekend. Play some games. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.